What's going on, W.P.F? Happy Friday night, as we are one night away from a huge wrestling weekend. We got WWE Saturday night main event. Tomorrow, we got that AEW bullshit on Sunday. And we will be live for both shows. And I'm telling you this right now. This is AEW. For me, this might be AEW's last chance Sunday. I think it's MJF versus Darby Allin for the belt. MJF, don't take that shit back. I'm done with AEW. I can tell you that right off the bat. But I hope everybody had a blessed, fun, safe, all that good shit over the week, because it's Friday night. You already know what time it is. Ooh, we got a few people already pulling up in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, Brennan, what's good, fam? Too sweet. There he is, Kiwi, my brother from another mother. Too sweet. Woo! The Troll Exterminator. My Brody Donald, Big D in the building. Let's go. Too sweet. Yo, Turnbuckle up in the building. Let's go. Too sweet. D said, I am not watching AEW, but I will be in here for the live. See? That's what you call love right there, bro. That's some real shit. Only real family would say something like that. He said, bro, fuck AEW's bullshit, but you're my brother. I got you. I'm there still. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why you the Troll Exterminator. You damn right, Kiwi. Too sweet. And hey, for anybody who does like to smoke a little Chiba out there, Kevin Nash. That's right, Kevin Nash just dropped his own. Well, it's with High Time. It's a collab. But he dropped they dropped the marijuana called Jackknife. And he's on, it's a blue package with him on it. And they did like some cool video with him like on like an ice cream truck. But instead of it serving ice cream, obviously it serves marijuana. And he's dressed up like he's like cooking on a barbecue. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. It's pretty fucking funny. And it's also fun to see that even Kevin Nash likes to smoke the Chiba once in a blue. Kiwi said, Nash got the hash. You ain't wrong. For real, right? Hey, before we do get into anything that happened tonight on SmackDown, I do want to show you guys two pickups that came in during the week. And one of them, I'm pretty sure I didn't show you guys this on Monday night. If I did, my apologies. I just want to make sure you guys got to see these beauties. The first one was none other than AJ Styles Ultimate. And as you can see, he comes with the New Japan mask he was wearing that he started wearing in WWE when he go sometimes on his entrance. Changeable heads, changeable hands. The vest, just a beauty. This one was one I really wanted in the collection. You know, I'm a big AJ Styles fan, and I know I said I'm not trying to buy like 20 John Cena's, but it's okay to have 2 or 3 AJ Styles. I think he is. Come on, he is the phenomenal AJ Styles. So we got in AJ Styles, and we got another goodie for you. And this guy, first time ever as a figure. From what I heard, I heard he never got a figure before, and that's none other than the OG who started Los Ingobernables from Lucha, from Legends of Lucha. Yeah, sorry, from Legends of Lucha Libre. We got none other than Roosh. This baby was a pre-order. You had the pre-order back in like December, I think it was, in of last year, obviously in December. And this just finally came in this week. You got the traditional mask that Roosh wears when he comes out. You got some extra hands if you want to change it. The OG Los Ingobernables shirt. And you know, if you enjoy picking up, you know, the action figures for wrestling, Legends of Lucha Libre, bro, is great because you get these luchadors that WWE doesn't have in their line, so that way you get the best of both worlds. You know, and thanks to this line, I was able to get a Vampiro. I got who else did I get? Oh, Ultimo Dragon. You know, they got a lot of good ones in this. I got Laredo Kid on the way. I got OG Conan on the way too. Jesus loves you so much. Hey, Kiki, thank you. Hey, Jesus loves you also. You damn right. All glory to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You damn right. Amen, brother. Amen. I ordered that for the Roosh. It was back in December. He was a pre-order, and it just came in this week. But the other ones had already dropped, and I've just been picking them up off of random spots. I know AJ Styles isn't the guy who kicked John Cena's ass. Hey, he is the guy who won his first world title in WWE from John Cena. And AJ Styles is without a doubt the GOAT. Man, him and Shawn Michaels are once in a lifetime wrestlers. Like, you won't get another Shawn Michaels, and you will not get another AJ Styles. These guys just, wow. I'm looking to get a Dragon Lee and a Vamp. Dragon Lee will be an easy one for you to get. But Vamp, holy shit. Yo, Vampiro is so fucking hard to find. It took me a few months to finally find somebody who had Vampiro. Because every time I find a Vampiro figure, yo, these resellers are going crazy. They want $300, to something. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not paying that. And then I ended up stumbling across some somewhere, and the dude hooked me up big time on the Vampiro. $50, bro. Retailed me. Tell him, Kiwi, he owns John Cena. Kiwi, John Cena, he couldn't say you can't see me to AJ Styles, right? AJ Styles punched him in the face. Yeah, definitely check the Lucha Libre, the Legends of Lucha Libre website. I haven't been on there in a while, but definitely check it out. Man, they have so many great ones. I can't wait. I got Laredo Kid, Conan, OG Conan on the way from that line. D said, "Did WCW ever make figures of all the luchas they had back then? There was tons of them in WCW." No, they didn't. And back then I did have I did all the figures. That's what got me actually into doing it again. And you got your Rey Mysterio mostly, but WCW, they concentrated on Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Goldberg, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Sting. I don't know why I don't remember a Ric Flair figure even with them dropping. But Diamond Dallas Page, they had DDP also. Lex Luger, and I think there was a Conan figure when he was in the Wolf Pack, or at least he looked like he was in the Wolf Pack. He had the bandana backwards like Tupac. And I gotta say though, they were really dope. The figures, they were some of my favorite wrestling figures. That WCW series when it dropped. I'm looking right now. Nice. I actually might have another Roosh coming in soon. So Turnbuckle, if my second Roosh ends up coming, I'll let you know. Maybe we could work out a trade for some. If you don't end up getting him by then. Because I had forgotten that I actually pre-ordered Roosh. And the guy who hooked me up with Vampiro got me was getting me a Roosh also. D said, "What did you think about SmackDown?" I thought it was okay, nothing special. Man, I really was bored with it. So I watched the first hour. Then I judged a sneaker battle tonight over at my Brody Bulldog. Shout out to Bulldog channel. And after I got off, I watched the second hour, and I was like, why is this not hitting harder? Like, you have Saturday night main event tomorrow. Shouldn't you go balls to the wall the night before you have a big show, so that way you got everybody hyped up wanting to watch Saturday night main event? Like, I get it. WWE knows their loyal fans are watching no matter what. That's the truth. But if you're not gonna get your loyal, if you're not gonna hype your loyal fans up to want to be excited and want to talk about it, how do you expect to get a lot of new people and the casual fan to want to come tomorrow night? I think they really dropped the ball. Kiwi said back in 20. No problem, Brody. Let me know when you're back. There he is, Graham the man. Hunter, I'll just be listening. I got to clean up around the house. Hey, I appreciate that, brother. You're still here listening, hanging out? I appreciate that, broski. But I think for me the best thing that came out of SmackDown tonight was at first was Trick Williams versus Mello. I know that we know that those two guys, they got history at NXT. Mello used to brought up Trick Williams. Trick Williams was Mello's guy, like. And even though I do not want to see them fighting each other, I would rather see them as a tag team. Instead, or even just a faction would have been great to see Mello, Trick Williams, the rapper with Trick Williams, and then let him maybe grab one other guy. I think that would have been really good. And hey, if you look back on wrestling, the best storylines and the times that they had the biggest crowds, it's always factions. Why not go back to having some badass factions? D said, I want to see Trick versus Mello, but I don't know why dumbass Ricky Saint has to be in the mix. Exactly. And for me, that ruined it. That completely ruined it. It put a bad taste in my mouth going forward for the night. I'm like, what was the point? Putting Ricky Saints in the match did not make any sense. Where's the payoff of involving him? You don't need him. If anything, you should have had Ricky Saints come out after the match was over and attack whoever won, setting up the next feud to be with Ricky Saints. I feel like something like that, we could have, you would have got something out of it. Doing what they did tonight was a waste. Complete waste. But as always, Trick and A hit the trick shot on Mello and put him down for a cold 1, 2, 3. They should let Ricky go back to AEW. Or you know what? Why is he not still in NXT, honestly? I don't think we needed to bring him up from NXT right now. I think he doesn't work right now. We should have kept him in NXT longer. But I hope we get more of Trick Williams and Mello going further. I hope that story goes more that way. but I do feel like that's not what we're gonna get. We're gonna get Mello versus Ricky instead. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have a three-way with Ricky, Mello, and Trick at like a pay-per-view. That's always a possibility. D said the only reason he got called up is because he is Cody's boy. That sounds right to me. It's good to have the world champ in the room making decisions, saying your name. That's for shit sure. Also, and before that match, actually, we had Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley tagging against Fatal Influence. Now, I think this was good because obviously Charlotte and Rhea Ripley need to go over Fatal Influence tonight. It wouldn't have made sense for them not to go over, especially if it's clean, because I'm sorry, not Fatal Influence. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley are fighting tomorrow night in a 6-women's tag match versus Jade Cargill and her crew. Which, come on, who didn't expect that to happen tonight? That the minute the match was over, Jade, Mia Yin, and B-Fab were going to come into the ring behind Charlotte, Rhea, and Alexa and attack them, knowing that tomorrow night is the big match for those women. So I get it. They're not giving them a lot to work with. So for what they're giving them, the ladies to work with, the ladies always deliver. That was a solid match. Nothing crazy though. Nothing super awesome to talk about. Just a regular solid spot on the show. Hey, what up, Alex Thunder? Welcome to the live. Let me too sweet you, brother. Too sweet. And if you have not already smashed that like button, please do so. Support is free 99. Now, 2 spots, or should we say 2 matches that did happen on tonight's SmackDown that is worth it to talk about is Damian Priest went one-on-one with Solo. I thought that was actually one of the best. That was the best segment, I think, of the night, because you had Damian Priest getting jumped by the end of it by Solo, Tama Tonga, and Tama Tonga's little brother, who's bigger than everybody. Then, next thing you know, Royce Keys, aka Powerhouse Hobbs. I still don't understand why you changed that name. Powerhouse Hobbs, awesome name. Unless AEW owns the name, then I understand. Royce Keys came out, helped out Damian Priest But unfortunately, Damian Priest didn't know, and just when he turned around, he saw Royce Keys and went to choke slam him for a moment. But Royce Keys, knocked his arm down and pushed him and said, "Yo, what the?" And then they cut later to a backstage segment where Royce Keys tells Damian Priest, "What the F? Your partner called me up asking me to have your back tonight." And Damian Priest flipped, he flipped out. Him and Royce Keys did not end on good terms. And to be honest, I thought we were going to have Royce Keys turn on Damian Priest tonight. There was a spot where he looked over at Damian and was looking at Solo in the ring tonight, where I was like, are we about to have a heel turn? So we'll have to wait and see what really happens with Powerhouse Hobbs as we go forward. Alex said, "I can't believe Sammy didn't help Cody when Gunther attacked him." Now, that is the second match that I believe is worth talking about for tonight, for on the SmackDown side of things. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. But hello, how are we tonight? I'll call you 22, unless you have a nickname I can call you by. Graham said, "Hunter, that sounds like terrible writing." 100%. Graham, I swear to you that WWE needs to fire everybody that writes SmackDown and start fresh. And I get it. It's not easy to write a show that's on every Friday with no Fridays off, no off season like all the sports have. So I understand that not every Friday is gonna be the best show, but you don't put on a banger of a show the night the night before you have a big pay-per-view. And I know Saturday Night Main Event isn't a huge PLE, but it still is a big deal. It's not just a typical Monday or Friday show. So to me, that tonight was complete lazy writing. Now, the only thing that truly was all right booking was the main event. And the main event is what Alex was just talking about. It was Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes. And the reason this match happened was Sammy was in Nick Aldis's office earlier in the night, and he was complaining about that he can't get 5 minutes of time to go out and talk to the Sami Zayn Ride or Die fans. And then he turned around and used Cody as an example and said, "I bet if Cody Rhodes, the Golden Boy, wanted 5 minutes, you'd have no problem finding 5 minutes for Cody." Not realizing at that point that Cody was behind him. and Cody was not happy. So Cody turned around to Nick Aldis and told him and Sammy, I got time for Sammy tonight. And they had a match. Now, they want to every Friday they're pushing Sami Zayn more and more into that heel spot, but instead of putting him over as a strong heel, they're making him a crybaby. I'm sorry, I don't care for a crybaby Sami Zayn. If Sami Zayn's gonna be a heel, let him be a heel. Don't make him be a bitch and whiner. Nobody likes a grown man who whines. Alex said, I think SmackDown is better than Raw. Really? Okay. Hey. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Graham said, sounds awful now. I will say this. Any corporation that doesn't care about rep or doing the right thing is about making money and having you conform to their business models and bring back the territories. Facts. D said, I don't give a shit about Sammy at all. You're right. And you know what, D? You shouldn't. And I'm not just Donald. All of us. None of us should give a shit about Sami Zayn right now. Because what have they done for us to give a shit about Sami Zayn? Having him come out and complain and bitch every week is just making me care less and less about him. And I don't think anybody was really shocked when Gunther came out and attacked Cody from behind. Now, I'm not saying that was a bad spot. Obviously, we're building up to Cody versus Gunther. So that's going to happen a lot, obviously. And which, okay, that's cool. And by making Sami Zayn sit there and watch and not help Cody, still is not making Sammy interesting to me. I will say it's absolutely fucked up that he didn't help Cody out. And yeah, we're talking about Sammy right now, which is I'll give them a little credit for it because we're talking about Sami Zayn. But within the next 15, not even, that's too long. Within the next 5 minutes, we won't be talking about Sami Zayn anymore, nor give a shit about Sami Zayn. And that's on them. That's a bad booking. Hunter Donatello is the best Ninja Turtle. Hey, we all have our own opinion. Michelangelo's my guy. I think I like Raph least. It's like Leo, Mikey, Donnie, Raph. What did you say your other channel was called? Here, I'll give you the link for my other channel. I got a little banner thing that I could put up for you. It's There you go. Alex, it's the underscore hunter underscore 55. I'll put it in the chat also. Oop. There you go, Alex. Definitely check out the other channel. This week we did Popcorn Bucket Mania, Tuesday and Thursday, covering The Mandalorian, Masters of the Universe, and Space Jam Popcorn Buckets, plus more. D said Donnie is my guy. We got the same name. Yo, Donnie is awesome too. I ain't gonna say Donnie's not awesome. And his color's purple. Come on, I love purple. Yo, there he is, my favorite Eagles fan. And his name is actually Eagles fan. What's good, Eagles? How are we, Brody? Yo, let's go, bro. Let me double too sweet you for that one, Alex. Thank you for subscribing to both channels. I appreciate that. Shit, you'll see Eagles fan over there also. My bro, he comes through both places too, and I try to keep it separate because unfortunately not everybody on the other side wants to talk about wrestling like I like to talk about wrestling, so I had to go make a separate channel. But on the other channel, we always cover collectibles, popcorn buckets, hats, shoe for shoes. We really just do unboxings. Pretty much if you get cool shit and want to show it, that's what it's about. Just me and the guys showing some cool shit that we're passionate about, which is why the nickname of the is Passion Over Hype. Oh wow! Now, Alex, we won't be football friends, but we can be, but we can still be boys. I'm a Cowboys fan, unfortunately. So I know my Cowboys and your Eagles. We don't get along, but we can still be civil until Rob the Beard starts talking shit. Then the civil goes away. D said, "What is the Saturday night main event on now? It's gonna be on Peacock tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern." And it's crazy because I was about to cancel Peacock. The only reason I didn't cancel it was because I just forgot and got busy and didn't remember I didn't do it. So luckily, I still have Peacock, and I could watch Saturday night main event. And that's another thing that WWE's got to get their shit together. How did we go from $9.99 a month with the WWE Network giving us every pay-per-view or the way the new kids say it, PLEs, to now you need to pay $30 a month with ESPN. You need to pay $9.99 a month with Peacock. You need Netflix for Monday Night Raw. You need USA for SmackDown. What kind of bullshit is this? Hey, TKO, you money grubbing son of a bitch. I get it. you're here to make money, but you can still make money and do right by the fans. Kiwi said it. Scott Hall it. He said, "Hey yo, toothpick throw," and then the back. D said, "Go Ravens." Woo! There he is. 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. None other than the wise man. I know you hate it when I said that. My Brody Murder BX, the one true villain, is in the building. Murder. Sweet. What up, Brody? Graham said no sympathy. Dallas fans and Eagles fans kick rocks. Graham, tell everybody what's your team? It's only fair that tell them who you like, Graham. Right, D? It's all about the Benjamins with TKO. That's for shit sure. Eagles said he's laughing. What up, Graham? Alex said they are stupid for getting rid of the WWE network. Absolutely. I think that was the best $9.99 I've ever spent in my life. You got all the new stuff and all the old WWE shows, WCW, ECW. Man, we really was spoiled with the WWE network. Who would have thought that we would have lost it this quick? See, this is why I love Graham. He couldn't just say I'm a 49ers fan, right? He had to say the almighty 49ers. That's why your nickname is Graham the Man. Kiwi said, I'm watching on the TV and chatting on the phone. This is how I do it. Okay. I like it. Ooh, I like it. Kiwi said, yep. $9.99 gave me my old classic shows. Bro, it was great, the WWE network. Graham said, that's right. We got our own entrance music. Look it up, Hunter. Hey, I don't know why you 49er guys beef with not just my Cowboys, even Alex and Eagles fans, Eagles. Yo, we don't bother you. You're not in our division. Graham said, wait, so where are all the archives at now? I wish I could tell you where all the stuff that was on the WWE network was at, because it's like spread all over now. Peacock has some old stuff. They got like a lot of old SmackDowns and Raws. ESPN Unlimited, I've really just been finding the new shows. Not with the real old stuff. Like if I need to find like old stuff, I really just go on YouTube. I pull it up on YouTube, which sucks. Like it should all be in one place, like the WWE network. D said, come on, Canada Dry. My homie needs a sponsorship. For real. Oh, and I am proud to say we are going to tomorrow night for Saturday night main event. We are retiring the Red Cup. Going forward, we will be drinking Canada Dry out of the Mandalorian. This will be our new Canada Dry Cup. I figured the Hunter should be drinking out of the Hunter. It's only right. Yep, Kiwi YouTube. Alex said, "Hey Hunter, I got a Roberto Clemente card that is worth $40 because I scanned it with one of those apps that tells you what the value is." Nice. Hey, $40 is a nice quick come up. Graham said, "Sea Chickens, Cowgirls, Raiders, Giants, Sheagles, Ants, Fudge Packers. Y'all get the business. Bang, bang, Niner gang." Damn, Graham. Tell me how you shit. Tell me how you really feel. Alex said, "Where I work, it was Star Wars night at the ballpark tonight." Yo, that's dope, Alex. Hey, baby Groku is giving you it wants to give you a high five for working Star Wars night. All right, baby Groku. Sorry, buddy, but I gotta put you down. Is that okay? I know. Hold on, everybody. I gotta give him a rub. Good Groku. Good Groku. This little guy's the man. All right, Groku. Say goodbye to everybody in the chat. Kiwi said, "Yo, I love it. I gotta get me one of those Mandalorian cups." Yo, Kiwi, I am not gonna stop until I get you in the popcorn buckets fully. Mark my words. And then we're gonna have Graham put us on a popcorn bucket budget so we don't do with the buckets what we do with shoes. Is Baby Groku throwing up the Jalen Brunson net 3? You damn right. Where do you think Jalen Brunson learned the secret sauce? Baby Groku showed him the way. D said the Knicks are up 2-0, Hunter. 2 more wins. And on to the NBA Finals for the first time in I don't know how many years at this point. Man, I swear if the Knicks don't win this year, I don't think I'll be alive to see them win a championship. Hey Alex, have a good night, brother. Thank you for coming through. And thank you also for subscribing on the other channel. Every Tuesday and on some Thursdays we go live on the other channel around 9 o'clock Eastern. So, but have a great night, Alex. And if you're gonna watch Saturday Night Main Event tomorrow, we will be live 7:55 Eastern. I'm gonna start 5 minutes before the show starts, so that way we could all say what up and everything before the show starts. Kiwi said good night, Alex. D said good night, Alex. See, man, we got some of the best mother effing chat around, bro. Everybody's mad cool, shows love to each other, bro. That's how this shit's supposed to be, bro. Everybody's supposed to just have fun and hang out. I'll never understand why people go on the internet to do the complete opposite. Like shit. Doesn't real life suck enough that why would you want to add more to it? I know there's nobody in the world that gets excited each month to pay bills. That's for shit sure. And what hey, like Cody Rhodes says, what do you want to talk about? Because we did our work for the night. We covered SmackDown. And shame on them for not giving us more stuff to talk about. Like I swear, SmackDown was really dry tonight. Like D said they got a troll because they gets boring. For real, D. Like between that and not having like real life communication ever, they're freaking out. Kiwi said, "Hell yeah, I haven't watched wrestling in like 15 years, but it's all love here." And that's another thing. We're gonna get Kiwi back to watching the new stuff. Mark my words. If it's the last thing I do, we're gonna have Kiwi enjoying the new shit again. D said it's lonely in mom's basement. It's so true. And you see how mad the trolls get too when we tell them they go from coming in thinking that they're gonna cause havoc to looking in the mirror and just being real upset at themselves. Like, damn, how did my life get to this shit? Oh, I found out today if anybody is in North Carolina in September, there's gonna be a show, like a collectible type show called, hold on, I took a picture. It's called Game Geek Pro. And Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, is gonna be there. And I believe there's gonna be some other OG wrestlers there. So if anybody is gonna be, decides that they want to go to that event in Raleigh in September, let me know. We'll meet up, and do it together because I'm gonna go to that show and try to get an interview or two with some of the wrestlers that are there. D said, "Hey Hunter, have you talked to Bulldog Rick? I've been praying for him. I hope he's doing better." No, but he is absolutely in my prayers every night. I hope, I true, I know we're all hoping and rooting for him. And just in case, he is ghost watching tonight. Bulldog Rick, we love you, brother. Stay strong. And you know what we love to say? Fuck cancer. That's right. Fuck cancer. And I can't even imagine after dealing with cancer and take care of a farm, living that farm life at the same time. Like as if either one of those is terror, is backbreaking madness, and to have to do both of them at the same time. Just it's unreal that he has to go through this. Kiwi said, "Yo, fuck them trolls. Send them back to their mother's basement. Forget about it." and the very few that actually don't live in their mother's basement they're even more of a sucker. They go to work in some dead end job that the manager probably abuses their ass all day, physically and verbally. Meanwhile, the mailman's coming by, giving their wife a special delivery. Man, let me tell you, if every guy out there, you call home on your lunch break, and your wife keeps telling you the mailman's, let me call you back, the mailman's here. Yo, there's a problem going on. That guy ain't there to deliver a package every time. I promise you that. Or should we say, not the package you're thinking. Decent Kiwi, we do, but usually they're crying and second guessing life when we're done with them. It's so true. I think that's why it slowed down a lot. We really terrorized quite a few trolls. God. And it's great because usually the whole chat starts going in on them too with me and D after we break them down. Kiwi laughing. Good. Woo! There he is. Yo, King Midas, aka Team No Sleep. Smash that like button. Yo, what's good, King? Too sweet. How are we tonight, King? King said, "Yo, shout out to everyone in the chat. Let's go." Yo, King always coming through, showing that positive energy. Let's go, baby. Promise you, yo, King is never on no negative energy. Always comes through on the positive energy. Chilling at the house, relaxing. Hey, to me, I think that's one of the best parts about getting older. It's like, yo, I don't want to run to the club anymore. Like, yo, I'm cool at home, man. I'm happy. It's nice to put your feet up and sit back and watch TV or watch a movie or YouTube. it's real nice, like, to not have to live that crazy life that you did in your 20s. Like, shit. Man, I used to go out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then I'd probably die on Sundays. Start plan out where I'm going for the next 2 nights for the rest of the week on Mondays. And then by Tuesday night, I'm back at the bar, starting the rotation all over again. Yes, sir, D. See, I just hate being down here at the moment because I don't like not having like a background when I go live. I feel like man amateur like not having a cool background, but it don't, it's only for a little bit. With Memorial Weekend 2-3 days away, I'm gonna start ordering some shelves for the wrestling room because that's really what the big holdup is. I need to get some shelves in for the wrestling room so I can put stuff up and everything and start getting that room together. Because I'm making sure we have a designated wrestling room for all for the wrestling lives. There's no way that if if the other channel gets a special room for lives, so does this channel. I will not, just because the wrestling channel came second does not mean I will half-ass anything over here. We are pushing this channel to the moon. King said facts. Graham said, all right, Hunter, good night. I'm out. Don't stay up too late. Hey, says the sick bastard that hung out with me to like 7 something in the morning last Saturday. Just saying. I'm just saying. Yo, Graham the man, thank you, brother, as always. Too sweet. King said, stay home and save money. Well, it's more like I gotta stay home and save money between all this shit I keep buying. It doesn't leave much funds to do all this stuff. So thank for Jesus that I do love to stay home now that I'm older. Hey Hunter, did you see Enzo was at WWE Performance Center? And the big cast contract is up in AEW, maybe a return? Yes. So supposedly, I forgot the promotion, but there was a wrestling promotion that Enzo was working for that actually leaked to the public that WWE has called Enzo up, and supposedly they really are in talks. And it's not a coincidence that Big Bill, which is Big Cass in AEW's contract, is also about to end. So the word is that WWE wants to straighten up the tag team division, but they're looking for more. They're looking for more of a tag team that's a homegrown WWE talent. And that's where Enzo and Big Cass come in handy. They didn't get treated fairly. There was a bullshit sexual assault case that got Enzo fired, plus shenanigans that went on behind the scenes. So I don't see any reason why you wouldn't want to bring Enzo back and give him and Big Cass another shot. You know, Big Cass, look at Big Cass, bro. Yo, he's a big dude. How do you not want to utilize somebody like Big Cass? And, bro, these guys, it wasn't like these guys weren't over as shit when they were there. You know, if they were just marks that, you know, were just is one thing. But shit, yo, the fans loved them. The reactions they were getting when they were coming out, next level. King said this channel is growing fast. You're at 1.4K subs already, cooking up. Yo, I was so shocked how quick the subs started coming in. And shout out to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I appreciate everybody for that love. Right, Kiwi? Bring back the damn tag team division already. D said 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. See, look, I got so excited I clapped myself. Kiwi said, bada boom, realest guy in the room. Like, come on. This is classic Enzo and Cass. And the thing that Enzo would do in the ring after he would cut the promo with that little like run thing he would do, but he wasn't actually running anywhere with the legs going back and forth. Yo, that shit was so good. How you doing, D? Man, I'm for it. What do you guys think? Do you want to see them back in the WWE or what? Do you think that Big Cass and Enzo coming back to WWE would would be great for WWE? D said, "Hell yeah." Kiwi said, "Oh, hell yeah." King said, "I knew this channel was going to grow fast because so many people love wrestling and you have a great personality." Yo, thank you, brother, for the kind words. Yo, let me too sweet that. Too sweet. You know, I'll tell you one thing though. If Kevin Nash would have told me, no, I don't want to see you using that Wolfpack name. Yo, that shit would have crushed me. Full full disclosure, like I would have been heartbroken. Not because I would have to change the name, just because one of the wrestlers that I grew up on loving so much and appreciating ended up being so petty. So I'm so thankful that I got to meet Kevin Nash and that he was as fucking cool as I thought he was. Because you never know with some of these guys, you know. I met Anthony Mason when he retired from basketball. He was at a Knicks game when I was at a Knicks game. You know, and this dude was a piece of shit. Hey, Anthony Mason, go fuck yourself. And before I met Anthony Mason, I was a fan of the dude. I thought the dude was awesome in the NBA. D said, tell Big Kev to donate some jackknife to the channel. Yo, now we're talking. Now we're talking, right? I put something up on Instagram for for Kevin Nash, his new jackknife. So we'll wait and see if he reposted or anything. King said that's what's up. Kiwi said, yo, that's awesome about Nash. Hell yeah. And not only that, right, D? We can do a review. We're down. We are absolutely down to review Kevin Nash's brand new collab with a High Time Jackknife. Actually, yeah, I can show you. Let me show you a picture of Kevin of the Jackknife. Let me grab it for you. Where are we? Oh. Shit. Hold on. You know what? Let me just look up Kevin Nash. It'd be easier than what I was trying to do. There we go. That's how Kevin Nash is for the video he did with them. And that's the packaging. Quick glimpse. For the jackknife. Mason is dead. Sorry, he was an awful experience. Oh shit, he is? I didn't know that. Don't get me wrong. I don't take back what I said about him either. But dead or not, he can go fuck himself. But I never want of course I don't ever want anybody to die. But he was just such a shithead. It was halftime at the Knicks game. I waited till he was off the phone. I didn't go up to him while he was on the phone and try talking with him or something. No, I waited 15 minutes for him to get off the phone and then approached him and said, "Excuse me, Mr. Mason, big fan. Would you mind taking a picture real quick?" And I was sitting second or third row on the court, at the time. So he was right next to us in the next area, and he looked at me like I was crazy for asking him, and then was like, "Nah, kid." I was so mad. I told my boy, I said, "Get the camera ready." I ran next to him and I put my hand behind his ears to give him bunny ears. And he took the picture and he's like, "What? What?" D said, "I think CM Punk was right. Bring back the old WWF ice cream bars." Oh, absolutely. I don't know why they don't listen to him on it. I still don't even understand why they stopped making them to begin with. Those wrestling bars were so good. Who didn't want to buy a wrestling ice cream bar? First off, it was delicious. Then you always wanted to see what wrestler was on the ice cream itself. And then if that's not enough, it came with a card. Now, yeah, they weren't like, the best cards, but still, it still was a card that you ripped out of the box. Like, they didn't have to give you that at all. They could have gave you nothing. Like, so I always appreciate that, you got that wrestling card. And you never knew who you were getting. Like, the wrestler on the ice cream bar was never the same most of the time as the card you got. So it was always awesome, like going to see what was, who was on both. Kiwi said, yeah, those ice cream bars were awesome, right? The real Taylor said, he said, is it possible for Hulk to return? Considering Undertaker came back from a buried alive match. No, unfortunately, it's not. D said Hulk is dead. He's not Jesus. He's not coming back. Like, nope. Yo, there he is. The Irish psychopath is in the building. What up, Rob? Two. Sweet. How we doing tonight, Rob? I still can't believe the real Taylor said it's impossible Hulk could come back since the Undertaker came back from a buried alive. I know you were messing with us, the real Taylor, but that shit was still funny. That's what I'm talking about. Always want to hear my guys are doing fucking great. That's what's up. Kiwi said, yeah, the death was a shoot. He did it to sell beers. He's actually right now in a bunker playing the guitar. D said, yeah, Hulk could be working us. For one last time, Hulk wanted to pull off the ultimate work of all time. He said, if you think Bash at the Beach was good in 96, you ain't seen nothing yet, brother. Oh, bro, I shit you not, like, if he tomorrow came out and was like, I'm really here, brother. I don't know. Like, of course, I'd be happy that Hulk's alive still. But at the same time, I'd be fucking pissed because it's like, yo, you mother effer, you really had me upset that you were gone. D said, that don't work for me, brother. Kiwi said, maybe he exaggerated everything else, so maybe. Oh, oh. Hey, I know he dropped the leg drop, and it was the answer to everything, but not this time. But no joke, like yo, who was a bigger icon than Hulk Hogan, like back in the day? Come on. You didn't have to like wrestling or know anything about wrestling, and you still knew that was the thing Hulk Hogan did. He was in movies because, like, come on. And just seeing that him, Hall, and Scott and Nash were able to take a company like WCW that had never made a profit, that was in the shitter, and turn that company into a real juggernaut that actually was beating WWE for 80 something weeks. Like, who else does that than the Hulkster? Hells yeah, King. Tell him. Make sure you smash that like button, and if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. Support is free 99. It's it's easy peasy. 2 seconds to hit the button and you game. Kiwi said he's hulking up in the G right now. R.I.P. to the Hulkster, man. You know, hey, without Hulk Hogan, we're not here right now talking about wrestling. So no matter whatever he does out of wrestling, you know, you gotta respect what he's done for wrestling. Like, it just doesn't happen without Hulk Hogan. D said, I was a huge Hulk Hogan fan as a kid and Hollywood fan as a teenager, right? Hollywood Hulk was so over. Like, that was like one of the real first times where like you cheered heels. That was the beginning of people wanting heels over baby faces. You know, before that, it was always the same math equation. Bad guy, you know, bothers the good guy for 4 weeks. Then the good guy goes over the bad guy at the pay per view, wins the belt, and blah, blah, blah. King said Hulk Hogan walked so everyone could run. Ain't that the truth? Bundy versus Kiwi said Bundy versus Hogan WrestleMania 2 was the first WWF live show in England back in 86. Shit, I was born in 86. Like, Kiwi said I still remember it as a childhood memory. And that's so awesome. Like, when it, especially about wrestling, like, for some reason I feel like when you were little, a lot of things you might forget, but not your wrestling moments. All your favorite big wrestling moments, like the one Kiwi just said, you never forget. King said, Hulk Hogan, let me tell you something, brother. D said, Kiwi, who was the biggest wrestler from England? British Bulldog, question mark? And chat, that goes for you too. Who do you think was the biggest wrestler from England? I want to go British Bulldog. Kiwi said we had a guy called Big Daddy. I'm not gonna lie, Kiwi. I didn't feel comfortable saying that out loud. Pause. Hey yo, General Penguin, what's good, fam? Welcome back to Sweet. He said the territory wrestling era will always be the best. You know, I just wish I was alive, you know, for more of the territory days. Unfortunately, I never got to watch the territory days like in its prime live. All I could do was, watch replays anywhere I could find it of some of the old territory days. Definitely Dynamite Kid, I would say, is up there. But I just feel like in today's world, more people would know British Bulldog than Dynamite. But you could easily go either or. Kiwi said he was England's Hulk Hogan in England. Oh shit. Okay. D said I know Big Daddy. He was like a comedy gimmick wrestler, right? Ooh, I hope so. General said AWA and NWA time in the 80s was a golden era. Man, and what were the territory days special? I always got a kick when I would watch some of the interviews and stuff on the territories. Always hearing about how, Ric Flair was a traveling champion and he'd go all over with the belt. Like, I think that's so awesome that if you're the champion, the world champion, like you travel around the world, you go to territory to territory with the belt. Like, that shit's so badass. Rob said the territory days was so awesome. Tell me it wasn't so nostalgic to me. It was part of my childhood. I hear that. He was a baby face that would beat all the heels from Fit Finley and Regal. The Bulldogs never made it big until Canada and the US. They were from England, but big here. Yep. D said we'll take all the big stars from all the different territories, and boom, WWF was born. It's still crazy to think how Vince did that, how he raided the territories. You would have thought that the territories would have all got together and made a deal. And made a deal or something like, hey, Vince, we'll sell you all the territories, but you keep all of the owners on as like managers. English wrestling, the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay, baby. Hey, huge Will Ospreay fan these days. From the first time I saw Will Ospreay, which was in Progress Wrestling, I was watching a Progress Wrestling show. It was the first time I found out who Will Ospreay was. And man, when I saw this kid, I was like, wow, this dude's going to be something. And fast forward to now, man, there's a lot of wrestlers that went through Progress Wrestling that did their thing afterwards. Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, baby. It was just so special to me as a kid only to watch. Like 100%. General said he's English. Okay. You also got, yeah, that's right. We can't forget about William Regal either. William Regal's another great one. But the thing with William Regal, though, is I feel like the casual fan might not know William Regal. Or definitely if you don't like wrestling at all, I don't think you're gonna know William Regal like you know the name the British Bulldog. To be honest, I've actually never had anybody tell me they didn't know who the British Bulldog was. Shirley Big Daddy Crabtree, the cultural icon of the ITV world of sports era, recognized for his immense size, fan following, and legendary feuds with giant haystacks. Ooh. Shit, say that 3 times fast. Let's go. Rob said, General, that's awesome. Let me introduce myself. I am the Irish Rebel, and I'm an American Irish. Pleased to meet you, sir. That's right. He's our Irish psychopath. General said Dusty and Flair feud in the 80s saved wrestling with the advent of Starrcade 83. Man, that was always one of my favorite with WCW is the Starrcade pay-per-views. Kiwi said absolutely yes. And that's my childhood wrestling right there. Hey, who was your guy back in the territory days? Who was the one wrestler that you cheered for the most that would travel the territories? I think that makes it a harder question. I'm curious to see what you guys say. Who was your favorite wrestler in the territory days? D said Jim Cornette talked about Big Daddy on his podcast before. So I looked up some videos on him. Nice. All right. General purpose, he said Dusty by far was his favorite wrestler during the territory days. Okay. Dusty Rhodes, baby. Man, Dusty was so freaking good. Woo! There he is, the Tuesday night co-host, the man who rides on fire, Ghost Rider. What up, Brody? Sweet. How are we, Ghost? Woo. Come on, guys, let me hear it. Who is your favorite wrestler in the territory days? General said Dusty. I'm thinking, if I was to watch the territories live, like when it first, at that time era, if I was alive, I think Ric Flair might have been my guy. Just the way he presented himself. I would be like, holy shit, I want that guy, man. He's the world champion. He's got all the girls, all the bling. General said, I love the Four Horsemen, Sting, Lex Luger, and the Road Warriors. I'm with you on every one of those names except Lex Luger. I don't know. I was never a big Lex Luger guy. Kiwi said that's awesome, Donald. I'm gonna have to look it up to remember. My dad used to take me to see him in Liverpool. Oh wow. That's awesome. Dusty Rhodes is the GOAT of territory wrestling. Hey, I got no arguments for Dusty Rhodes, man. Dusty really was so freaking good. Even when WWE tried to screw him and put him in that ridiculous black singlet with yellow polka dots, he still turned around, got over, and not like a little bit, got over huge by the crowd. That's talent. When they're trying to set you up to fail and you still win, that's the shit I'm talking about. The Irish Psychopath said, I'm going to go with Arn Anderson. Woohoo! The Enforcer, Arn Anderson. What a good one. Another great one. D said, I think I'm going to go with Andre the Giant. He went to all the territories and made all of them big money. Right? Shit. Andre the shit. Literally, he's fucking awesome. G General said the Hard Times promo by Dustin Rhodes, baby. So legendary. Hell yeah. Tell him, King. Yo, smash that like button if you have not already. Support is free 99. Shit. Take you 2 seconds to hit a damn like button. Just a common man working hard with his hands. Woo! Like, subscribe, and join the wolf pack. Ow! Woo, there we go, Rob. That's what I'm talking about. I dropped you a like, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Smash that like button. Support is free 99. Rob said Dusty Rhodes, so legendary. Woo. Kiwi said, and the Florida heavyweight champion, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Woo. Talk about another legend. Him, Piper, and what was it? Randy Orton's dad, right? Tully, Oli, Flair, and Arn with the manager J.J. Dillon, the real Four Horsemen. Yo, that's legendary status right there. That's the four. I'm telling you, for me, that would have been my favorite in the territory days. I would have been. It would have been all about the Four Horsemen. And who didn't want to throw up the four for the Four Horsemen, right? When they were coming out, like, tell you, it goes a long way. You got something cool like this, a cool T-shirt. Your theme music's awesome. You're a badass faction. Like, yo, these things all come together again, make you so over. You never seen a superstar wrestler with a bad entrance and a bad theme music. You just don't see it. There's a video going viral on social media of The Rock getting pulled over. It was released 2 days. Really? Shit, King, you gotta send that to me on IG. The Rock got pulled over. Did he give him the people's eyebrow? Like, did you really just pull over The Rock? I hope The Rock cut a mad promo on him, like Cowboy Bob Orton. Hell yeah, Kiwi. Yep, Paul Orndorff, Mr. T, Cowboy Bob Orton. Oh, hell no. You cannot forget about the Von Erich family. Man, I've never felt so bad for a family that I did not know at all than that family. Absolutely bananas what happened to that family. So sad. Cowboy Bob had a cast on his arm for like 2 years. Right? Hey, and only back then at that time could you get away with wearing a cast on your arm for 2 years. Even as heels, you still wanted to throw up the horsemen. Right? Yo, you had people showing up to the shows dressed in suits. Like, come on. How awesome is that? General said Kevin's the only one left. Kevin's the only one. Kevin. It's Kevin Rick. You mean Ric Flair? Kiwi said, "Yep." D. Let me read it over here instead. They had a doctor come on TV to say you can take years to recover from a broken arm. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. They went as far as to get a doctor to come on TV to cover the angle. Like, genius writing. See, now that's writing. Not what the hell they're doing today in wrestling. It sometimes I I'm watching wrestling and I'm like, dude, do they want me to stop watching? Is that what they're trying to tell me? It's absolutely insulting, some of the shit they throw at us. Oh, Kevin Von Erich. Okay. Thank you, General. D said, rumor has it Cowboy Bob still has the cast on today. Imagine, like, that would be hilarious. He refuses to take the cast off. We've told him for the last 5 years he doesn't need it at all. Kevin Von Erich. D said, I'm doing a Google Meat style video. I'm drinking steak and liquid laxative for 3 months. 1 month and going well so far. Okay. Put your name here. Hold and doodle. Ooh, I can't believe none of us mentioned them already. The Fabulous Freebirds, the Midnight Express. Like, come on, yo, these teams are legendary. You just don't get this style. You know, it's sad. Like when you look at tag team wrestling today, what happened? Why is WWE not giving us a solid tag team wrestling? It's not like there aren't some great tag teams out there because that's not the problem. That meat is going to give you the shits, brother. Speaking of tag team wrestling, what is everybody's favorite tag team wrestling of today right now? And when I say today, I mean like still wrestling today. And it doesn't have to be WWE. It could be any company, any indie, whatever. Your favorite tag team. For me, the Good Brothers. Carl Anderson and the Big LG are just so on fire right now. They're going promotion to promotion, taking everybody's tag team gold. They got like 8 tag titles, it seems like. None or May Usos probably. There's no real tag teams anymore. Just 2 random dudes put together for the most part. It's sad. It is sad. Woo, okay. D said he's gonna go with Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Yo, that's a badass team right there. Those boys are knocking and rocking everybody who gets in their way. Kiwi, I'm telling you, I bet you do, and you're just not realizing it. Or hey, Motor City. There's Motor City Machine Guns, the Good Brothers. What the hell? The Young Bucks, the Revival, the New Day. General Purpose said FTR, the Good Brothers, and the Broken Hardys are in TNA. Well, the Hardys are in TNA, but FTR is in AEW at the moment, and the Good Brothers are actually they're jumping promotion to promotion. They're not with one promotion at the moment. Yeah, I saw Jeff Hardy brought Willow back. That that was a little cool segment they did last night. Matt Hardy is broken again. And Jeff Hardy brought back Willow. Brother Nero. They are the broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero gimmick in TNA. Yep. Yeah, TNA wasn't bad last night. I like TNA better than I like SmackDown tonight. I will say that. Hardy's and the Good Brothers too, Kiwi said. And shout out to the Good Brothers. Let me tell you guys, a lot of wrestlers, everybody posts stuff about their favorite wrestlers and shit all the time on Instagram. But nobody like the Good Brothers have showed me the love that they have. The Good Brothers repost my stuff on Instagram over like 15 times now. It's insane. Like I can't be more grateful for every time they do that. Like I'm nobody to them. Just another fan, and they show love to their fans. That's the cool shit that wrestlers don't have to do that they do. Hey Hunter, do you remember when Lesnar and Benjamin were a tag team in OVW when they were coming up? Yes. Bro, that class was so legendary too, right? You had Brock Lesnar, Shelton Benjamin, John Cena, Batista, and Randy Orton all in the same class in OVW. Like looking back, who would have knew that everybody in that class ended up being a bona fide Hall of Famer? Like Kiwi said, one of them has a hot Asian wife, as he reminds us all the time. Yes, sir. Carl Anderson. Shout out to Carl Anderson with the hot Asian wife, baby. Absolutely legendary group of guys. Yo, for real. D said, yo, that class was insane. And Jim Cornette was running and booking. Yo, Jim Cornette's another GOAT. And I love how Jim Cornette terrorizes Vince Russo. That shit that shit makes me laugh so much. That shit is so funny. Oh, we got breaking news. What do we got, Tyler? Talk to me, Tyler. What do we got? General said, unfortunately, wrestling as a whole is not doing good because they don't do live events weekly much anymore, so the wrestling on TV seems forced and not look good because they're just going through the motions. Yeah, I hear that. They need to go back to doing more live shows during the week. That shit was awesome. Cornette is a genius and hilarious. Hells yeah. Except for when he was in Ring of Honor with Kevin Steen at one point. I forgot what Kevin Steen said that he wanted to call him. I think it was Evil. Yeah, Evil. He wanted Kevin Steen's name to just be Evil. I want to say, Jim Cornette might have lost it for a little bit at that point. But hey, when you are as legendary as Jim Cornette, you're allowed a few fuck ups. Right? Breaking news. MLW is officially back every Sunday, same time as AEW Collision. Starting May 31st. Woo! Shit, I'd watch MLW on Sundays over AEW easily. Cornette, best wrestling podcast, hands down. Bro, he's hilarious, man. I would love to meet Jim Cornette, actually. I never met Jim Cornette. I'd love to be able to meet him one of these days. I'm actually, because I don't have a Jim Cornette figure, I'm thinking about buying the old school Jim Cornette figure from when I was younger that came out. When I think it was Jax was the company. I'm like, shit, bro, I need a Jim Cornette in the collection. Great question. What is MLW going to be on? YouTube? Okay, awesome. So MLW will be on YouTube Sundays starting May 31st, starting on, I'm sorry, I already said that. At the same time as AEW Collision. General said the product looks stale and no storytelling in the ring. You don't get invested in watching the product anymore. Well, that's one of the biggest problems I have with AEW. It's not about what talent AEW has. It's about that they can't tell a fucking story to save their life. I don't understand how you can spend so much money, but you don't concentrate on the story part of it at all. AEW should have been fighting for the first spot or a solid number 2 promotion, not a number 3 to WWE. Like AEW screwing up so bad that there's not even a number 2 company right now. There's just WWE at number 1 and then AEW at number 3 and then the rest. It's so crazy. I wish NWA Power would come back. I like that product. I always loved the NWA belts and the old school NWA arenas. Man, I don't know. It's just something about it. I just always loved it. And the 10 pounds of gold and the NWA world title. Woo! What a belt. AEW looks like WCW too much, unfortunately. And not when the NWO was there and it was cool. Not that part of WCW. Go to JimCornette.com. He has so many good figures. Oh, he does. I gotta check that out. Thank you, D. And some right worn stuff on there too. Ooh. Definitely gotta check that out. NWA is on Comet TV. All right, chat. I gotta be up very early in the morning. So we're gonna wrap it up right now tonight. But we will be live 7:55 p.m. Eastern for Saturday night main event tomorrow night. So anybody who plans on watching Saturday night main event, please come on through, hang out, talk some wrestling, and have a good time as always with us. I want to thank everybody that came through tonight. As always, the chat stays undefeated as always. You guys are the fucking GOAT. You're fucking legendary. Another beautiful live going down. And hey, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Support is free 99. And tomorrow night, we break out the new drink cup. Goodbye to the red cup. Hello to the Mandalorian cup. Because when you hunt with the pack, you never hunt alone. And as always, everybody, stay hunting. And I'll see everybody later tonight. That's right. Tonight, technically. 7:55 p.m. Eastern. 2 fucking